Hey friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I wanted to share with you guys my 5-minute journal and how this journal helped me to be more grateful, more present, and just happier overall. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Sylvia from Catchy Cravings, and I'd love to inspire you and help you master healthy eating, but also healthy living. I do things on minimalism, self-help, but also delicious recipes. So if you'd like to see cool content that I post twice weekly, then be sure to check out my channel and subscribe if you'd like to be a part of this awesome community. So first thing we're going to show you guys about the 5-minute journal is what it actually is. As the name says, it is a journal that takes about 5 minutes that you fill out and do every single day. And it has 5 questions in total that you answer, some in the morning, some at night. And as I tip to be consistent with this journal, because this is a journal that you're supposed to write in every single day, make sure to place your journal on your nightstand. That way you are reminded every single night that you go to bed. So for me, I have this little black notebook that I write my questions and my answers to my questions in. But the 5-minute journal is actually a journal that you can purchase where the 5 questions are already printed in, so all you have to do is fill it out. It's great for those of you that don't want to take the time and write out the questions, that just want to have everything nice and neatly already in it. Also, the 5-minute journal that you can purchase has different quotes on top for every single day. Personally, I didn't want to spend the money and I thought I could just as well write out the questions, but I totally understand if you do want to have the proper printed version. So if you'd rather have the printed version, I will leave that down below for you guys. Each morning, I start my 5-minute journal by writing out the questions. I start with writing down the date, then I make a little sun indicating that these are the questions I need to answer in the morning. And for the morning, there are 3 questions for you to answer. Number 1 is, what are you grateful for? And this question just really helps us practice gratitude. It helps us practice mindfulness, to be present and be aware of the things in your life that you can be grateful for. I think this is a question a lot of people struggle with because it is something that comes easier or more easily with practice. But don't feel pressured to put down some big thing like being thankful for family and friends. It can be really, really small. I like to go really small and really specific. So if I'm reading out of my 5-minute journal, I'm opening this up to a random page. Here it says, I'm grateful for waking up at 6 a.m. each morning. To be honest, I don't do that anymore. I used to do that. I'm definitely working on that. Also here that I have access to so much knowledge, meaning books, that I have access to the internet. Just small things. Or here I'm thankful for pen and paper. Or I'm thankful that there is no flood. We live in an area surrounded by 3 rivers, and it does happen that during the spring or I think autumn, it does flood sometimes. So I was thankful that it did not flood that year or at that moment. Then I'm thankful for bees, I'm thankful for flowers, I'm thankful that I'm not bored. You can just really be very creative, very specific. Yeah, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Then question 2 I would write down is, what would make today great? I really love this question because I feel like it sets yourself up for a beautiful day. It really forces you to think, what can I do to make this day feel like an amazing day? We all have those days where we sometimes lay in bed at night and think, wow, that was such an awesome day. And the thing is, that isn't up to chance. You really are in charge of your life, you're in charge of your happiness, and whether a day is great or not is most often in your own hands. So you can do little things here and there to try to make your day great. And if you don't know what to do, then you can start by trying to serve others. So maybe do a little deed for your neighbor, or try to make a friend smile, or just call up your mom. Small things like that. Often being kind to others and showing kindness is a way of sparking joy and happiness in yourself. Now, some people with this question would tend to write down to-dos or goals. I tend not to do that because then I feel like this journal is like writing a to-do list. If the question is what would make today great, if I write down going to the grocery store or cleaning the bathroom, finishing that project, yes, maybe that would make the day great when you were productive, but finishing off those chores is not going to necessarily make you lie in bed and think, wow, that was an amazing day. It is usually small things, or when we help others or impact others, where we feel good about ourselves. Taking a walk in the sun, or maybe taking the time to draw, or try to think small and specific and not big and to-do list kind of things. At least for me, that is my approach. And the last question for the morning is an affirmation. Now you can choose to start your affirmation as in I am, and then you fill out the blank. And this question is either intended to maybe diminish some of the insecurities that you have, maybe saying that I am enough, or I am strong, or I can do such and such. But it can also be saying I am and then fill it out as to the person you want to be. So maybe I am kind, or I am supportive, and then throughout the day do something that mimics this type of person. So if you're saying I am supportive, then support a friend. Call up and tell them how amazing their projects are, or how much you believe in them, how much you feel like they will succeed. If you say I am positive, then what would a positive person do? And try to live up to the person you want to be. Then I will also write down the questions for the evening, although I will not fill them out just yet, just to already have it written out. Oftentimes when it comes to the evening, I'm tired, I don't really feel like then having to first write out the questions, so I do that in the morning. So the evening question is, what was amazing today? And I also really like this question because it forces us to think about the positive things in your life or during your day. Sometimes we have days where we just feel like it wasn't a great day and everything just kind of went downhill. But when I have those days and I'm forced to write down what was amazing that day, I really focus on the positives. And there's always something amazing happening during the day. It can be really simple as that I took a walk, or I was able to walk at all, that I have legs to walk on. It is just another point where we can practice a little bit of gratitude and pay attention to all the amazing things that we can be thankful for in our life. And also with this question, as time goes on, I found myself writing down very similar things, and then I could use those things that made me really happy and write that into question number 2 of the day, which was what would make today great. I could then write down things that I already know are going to make me really happy, or have proven to make me happy and satisfied with the day. And then the last question of the night is, what could be better? And I really love this question as well because it forces you to sit down and think about what could be better. This is something that we do very, very seldomly on our own, think about what could be better, and there's always room to improve, no matter in what area of life. What could I do tomorrow that could make my day nicer and brighter? For example, maybe you didn't know that lounging around in your pajamas too long in the morning makes you really tired and groggy. When you sit down and have to think about what could be better and you write that down, you then have something that you can work on the next day. For me, for example, it oftentimes is that I could procrastinate less or be on my phone less. And writing that down reminds me then the next day, or when I flip to the next page, I can see the day before. I then see, okay, the day before I wanted to procrastinate less, so let's put our phone away today. Or the day before, here it says I wanted to read more, so the next day I literally wrote down what would make today great. I wrote down read. So it is a way of constantly trying to improve your life in small ways. And I've now personally done this 5-minute journal for almost 2.5 years now. I started at the end of 2017. I've done it on and off. I haven't done it every single day, but I really try to do it every day. What I really love about this journal is it sets the mood or the intention for the day. It's something that you do in the morning, you practice gratitude, you think about what would make the day great, and it is a way of starting your morning or your day very intentionally. You're not on autopilot, you're not just going through life kind of blind, doing what everybody else does, but you're really in control and in control of your happiness, choosing to do things that make you happy or choosing to feel this certain way. And I think that is something that maybe a lot of us don't do. A lot of us are on autopilot and just go through the days and the weeks and the years not really realizing what they're actually doing with their time and their life. Through this 5-minute journal, I feel like I've been able to be more thankful for things. I've been able to be more present. And by that, I mean that I notice things in my here and now that are amazing and that I should be thankful for. Oftentimes we look back on the past and think, wow, it was so amazing back then. Had I only been more grateful for this and that, where in the future, we're going to be thinking about this moment right now. So we should be grateful right now for the opportunities that we have, for the health that we have. There's just an endless list of things to be thankful for. For example, if there is a really loud and obnoxious person on the bus that drives you crazy, you can be thankful that you can hear that loud, obnoxious person. Also, through this journal, I have come to realize that it is really these small things in life that make me personally happy, but I think also for a lot of people, it's these small things in life that makes them happy. In the evenings, when I write down what was amazing today, I never write down that I bought this or bought that, got a new this, or made this much money. It's always small things, and I could really see a pattern evolving. There are 3 things that I write down almost every single time. So for one, it is moving my body in some way, whether it's working out, taking a walk, and the other is reading. That is almost also always on the list. And the last is spending quality time or having some kind of human interaction. And that's just really comforting, I feel like, personally, because I know that no matter what happens, no matter how much or little money I have, no matter how much or little people think of me, I will always be able to read, spend quality time with loved ones, and move my bodies in some sort out in nature, or just feel good in my healthy body. I'm just so thankful that I can find happiness in such small, simple little things. And yeah, this 5-minute journal really did change my life in those aspects. But it really is when you write in it daily, practice gratitude daily, and do this for a consistent long period of time where you can see the results. And with the repetition of writing in it every single day, we want to rewire our brain to be more grateful and to be more in the moment and to, take control of your life and take active steps to be more happy and be more grateful. So I hope you guys found this interesting. Let me know if you've ever heard of the 5-minute journal. Do you guys write in your 5-minute journal? What are some benefits that you have come to see from writing in it? So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. That lets me know that you enjoy this video. Maybe you want to see more of this kind of video. Also, if you want to see more of me, my day-to-day life, more vlogs, or take part in an intimate Q&A, you can always support me on Patreon. The link will be here or as always down below, and 20% of the proceeds go to charity, which I think is a great thing we're doing here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.